It's been a good week of practice. I've been pleased with our guys' effort and their concentration and just having a solid week of prep. We'll have one more practice tomorrow before we get on the bus and the plane and head to Mississippi, but pleased with where we're at so far.
I'm sure you've been seeing all of the buzz on social media about whether Cash Daniel intentionally hurt Kyle Trask or not. What's your take on the whole situation?
We'll address those issues with the league office.
So any sort of penalties or anything with the video?
They'll be out there Saturday.
You guys play a running game like the physical running game that Mississippi State has. Is it changing any preparation, or is that just kind of what you prepare for each week?
Well, no, this will definitely be a big test. I mean, they are definitely a physical group, and be the toughest challenge we've had thus far as the physical nature of their run game. And have a lot of respect for their O-line, tight ends, running backs. They really do a good job of being physical, and it sets up all their play action off of that. So tough offense to defend.
Did you and Cash have any one-on-one about that? Whatever you think of the incident, just
Yeah,
about the...
yeah, I'll keep that between Cash and I.
Coach, if you thought a player intentionally hurt another player, if there was enough evidence for you to see that, would there be repercussions within the team?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not going to get into hypotheticals, but I've addressed this issue.
Okay, how have your linebackers played?
But in general, I mean, nobody's going to intentionally hurt anybody now. It's not going to happen on our team.
But overall, how have your linebackers played? You're inside linebackers.
I've been pleased. I felt like this past game was better and more consistent. And we got to get Chris back in there. This last week, with the way he was taking reps with the nickel situation, that kind of hurt our rotation in there. So we can't let that happen again. He's too good of a player. Got to continue to bring him along and get Chris's reps. But overall, I've been pleased with how we're playing inside, and I felt like this past week was one of our better games.
Are you happy with Cordell, and do you think he's ready to take over kind of there at the start before we with TJ Saab on there?
Yeah, Cordell's he's been active. He's been doing a good job. As I mentioned throughout the summer, we feel like we have some depth there. Obviously, we're starting to take a little hit, which never helps, but pleased with those guys and the way they're playing.
In practice, did they bounce back emotionally the way you wanted to
They
after
did.
the tough loss?
Yeah, they really did. I felt good about it. Once we went in there Monday and have our meeting and addressed it, watched the film, and we moved on pretty quick. You have to. And it's way too early in the season. It's a long season, and we have a lot of football ahead of us. Very difficult loss, but it's time to move on. And I've been pleased with the way they've done that.
Some of your guys talked this summer about last year with the Tennessee game. There was a little bit of letdown after Georgia. You don't want to go through those experiences, but do you learn from them when something like that happens?
You do. You learn from it a year ago, and I think different situation. That was much deeper into the season. This is early on, so we've got to move on quick. There's too much football left, and so I feel like we did talk about it, but they were ready to go.
Were you able to get any feedback, whether positive or negative, from the league office about the targeting stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I can't. It's not worth it for me to talk about that. It is what it is. Time to move on.
You all fared really well against Kyle and Hill last year.
Mm-hmm.
Just what makes them tough to defend, and what do you think you can kind of build off from last year?
Well, I mean, we're physical, and we got a good group up front, and we're playing pretty solid in the front seven. And you look at this last week, and really pleased with a lot of what those guys did on both sides of the ball up front. And you've heard me talk about it a bunch of times. If you're physical up front, it gives you an opportunity each and every week.
Is Xavier any closer to maybe being able to help you?
We'll see. We'll see. He's got some reps in there this week, and we'll see where it takes us.
Looks like Tommy Stevens is going to start. At least that's kind of what's been alluded to. But when Schrader comes in, does anything change? Do you have to prepare for the two quarterbacks this week? Or?
There's really not much difference. Tommy, probably, maybe a little bit bigger, you know, more of a different style, maybe a more physical runner, but the game plan really doesn't change much at all.
Did Tommy visit here when he was looking?
He did.
Did you? I mean, what sense did you get? What type of kid he is in this? Or?
Yeah, I had a real good visit with Tommy. He and his dad were here, and great people, and really good kid, and doesn't surprise me he's doing well.
How are Phil and Taj doing?
They're doing okay. Phil will be probably not till after the bye, and Taj should be back soon.
You talked about your secondary on Monday. You said you thought they were okay, but after practice this week, how do you feel like where your secondary is?
We're work in progress. The guys are working as hard as they can. We're mixing in different guys, and obviously you don't want to get short like we did last week. So trying to bring as many guys as we can. It's hard to get enough reps, but they're working hard. Where you been? You don't think you've been here the past couple of days?
Nick Rouse
Yeah.
finally let me
Okay.
come represent the team.
Okay, but you came by the past 2 days. They were rocking.
Just got 'em ready.
We had them blasting the past couple days to the point where it was 100% communication on hand signals. So we had it pretty loud. And doesn't mean we're going to be perfect, but we're going to try to be. So we've had good prep on it.